Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo of the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we're about to get started with Open Mic Live. But first, as always, a word from our sponsors.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESINet goes beyond industry standards, not only i3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Here in Greenville County, we have 8 different places where a 911 call can be answered.
It is the largest county in South Carolina. It's a challenge.
The type of information that a telecommunicator gets from Radius Plus is location-based technology. You can see where the caller is, if they have a medical issue, if they speak a different language. They're immediately able to text to that caller in their native language. It reduces response times because it immediately gets first responders where they need to be.
Carbyne, it's multimedia. You can get text, translate to whatever language, getting away with the legacy equipment and going into a cloud-based solution.
It's the first time in U.S. history that we have an EZNet through cloud-native call handling.
As a police officer, to have the victim go video, that's unheard of.
You're getting upgrades every month, not every year.
To schedule your free Carbyne demo, please visit carbyne.com/WTT.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Hey, what is going on? This is Ricardo of the Code 7 Podcast Network. It is June 11th, and it's Saturday. And this is a special open mic episode. I'm here. I'm here right now in my room, actually. Usually I have my bigger camera and everything and a microphone, even when I'm on trips and stuff. However, I forgot to get it out of my car. So I have like some pieces of equipment here, but I don't have some of the other connectors. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I'm on my laptop camera, which seems to be okay. You know, it's kind of grainy. It's not as clear as what I usually have. And I'm using my Apple headset right now. So hopefully you can hear me okay. But yeah, this is how we're doing it for tonight. So this is going to be fun. We've got a few stories to share here, and then if you have any stories as well, please make sure to throw them in the comments. But I am here starting today through this coming week for the National Arena Conference here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I already see a bunch of people that I know that are here right now. They finished up the 5K a while ago, and now everybody is like hitting the town to get dinner and everything else. I got here just a few hours ago and started setting everything up. And tomorrow morning, early, I'm going to head over to the to the conference center to get registered and go and set up everything that I need to set up for the conference because I am going to be at booth 123. Now, before I get to that here, um, this live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital, Rapid Deploy, as well as Carbine. And a big shout out to patrons as always. Thank you all very, very much for everything. And I see a few people jumping in here already. Got Tim and Shannon saying hello, hello. Tim is 9 out of Illinois, and Shannon is a solid 12 out of 10. Very nice, very nice. I like that. I like it. So for everyone else who is jumping in here, please roll call. Where are you watching from? Also, what is your number? You know, it's Saturday. We've gone through the week. How are you feeling? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome. How are you feeling? How are you doing? I would say that I'm at a 9. I did drive. I drove here because I mean it's just under 4 hours. So why not? Just under 4 hours, might as well. Taylor, what is going on? Hello, hello. I like how Shannon called you out there. That is awesome. So I drove just under 4 hours to get over here. There was some construction. Not too bad though. Not too bad. But it was all right. It would be stupid for me to fly over here. So I drove, and which means I got to bring a lot more stuff. So along with driving, I brought these hats. I brought a lot of hats. So I'm going to be at booth 123, and I want to give a huge shout out to Nina because they're hosting the podcast once again, and they hooked us up, and it's just always good. It's been good that we have been had kind of this partnership since 2013. So it has been really, really good, and I'm excited to be back for this year. Last year it was in Columbus, Ohio. It was an awesome time during that time as well, and we're going to make it just as awesome this time. So I'm going to be at booth 123, and I'm going to have a special guest now, Wonder Woman Inc. there with me as well, and I've also got some amazing wooden coins with Sons of Dispatch and Daughters of Dispatch, and so my designs on there, but they were created by the amazing Mike Aurora of Aurora Design. So if you guys ever need anything like that, wooden coins, the challenge coin holders, get a hold of him. He does excellent work, and he loves what he does. He will randomly send me text messages with pictures of the stuff that he's working on, and he's got a pretty sweet Mandalorian helmet that he was working on as well. So dude, if you guys get a chance, or if you ever need anything, go to Mike. That dude does good work. Also, those coins, I have 50 of each one, so 25 I'll be giving out on Monday, and then the other 25 on Tuesday. So again, I'm going to be at booth 123. So there's going to be the coins that are going to be there that you can come and pick up, but please just one per person because there's not a lot there. They're limited. Okay, so please just one per person. But they're going to be there on the table. Again, they're going to be free, but also at the table I'll have hats for sale as well as IM901 bracelets. So make sure to check those out. Also, on the 13th, on Monday, from 4 to 5 p.m., I'll be doing a panel discussion. I'll be facilitating this discussion with Virtual Academy and their panel. It's going to be an excellent one. Make sure to check it out. And then on Wednesday, the 15th, from 11:15 to 12:15, I'll be doing Imagine Listening, and I'll be giving out official IM901 pins for those who share stories during the Imagine Listening portion. And then, of course, we have open mic that we'll be doing during that time as well. So please make sure to join the session. It's going to be excellent. If you've never been in Imagine Listening session, now is your chance, especially if you're here for the conference. But even if you have been there before, please join us. It's awesome time. You can be there even if you don't share a story. You can be there in support of those who are sharing. So please make sure to check it out. It is going to be an excellent time. So I want to go back over here into the comments. So we've got Jess here, Savannah, Georgia, maybe a 7, LOL, long work day, and go again tomorrow. So excellent. That's 7. Welcome, welcome. Toby, what is going on? Looking forward to seeing you as well, dude. And then Sam, what is going on? I hail out of Cobb County, currently holed up in the Sealbach Hilton. But enough about me. What about them wooden challenge coins? Yeah, yeah. And let's see, Tim says, can't wait to get mine. Sam says, but if I show back up in a fake mustache to get another coin, how you're really going to know it's me? This is true. This is very true. If you have a fake mustache, I mean, that would be, I'd be down with that. I would give you one just because you have the fake mustache. That'd be pretty awesome. I dig it. But you have to like twist it and make it go all the way up. Yes. Gary is jumping in here as well. Yo for Northwest New Jersey. Oh snap! Wait, make that Louisville. That's right. Well done, dude. You did your run. I saw that you had your Dispatch Cola T-shirt on, and you also had 911 Bowler with you. So very, very cool. That is awesome. If any of you have any funny 911 stories, please make sure to throw them in the comments. In any of your favorite like open mic stories, anything like that. But today we're going to be talking about something interesting, and I completely forgot about this. Well, not completely forgot about it, but I hadn't talked about it in a long time. I was talking to my cousin John actually. And I was telling him this story, and I thought this would be a good story to tell on open mic tonight. So I wanted to make sure to have it ready to be able to share. Also, I posted episode 444, an excellent episode. We've got episode 445 coming up as well this coming Wednesday, actually. So make sure to look out for that. That is an excellent one there. Let's see. I'm just looking over my notes over here. And so we've got a few stories. We've got a few stories with, kids that say, funny things sometimes. And what do you do? What do you do at the time when that happens? So I've got a couple of those stories. And if you have any stories to compare, whether they're your own kids or, your friends' kids or, just stories that you've heard or anything, please throw them in the comments as well. Because sometimes those stories are the most funny, right? There's a lot of different shit that happens. So I've got a couple of those. And then there was a story that I heard today on a podcast that I was listening to it's about James Brown and his arrest. I knew that he had been arrested, back in the day, but I didn't know what it was for. So it's kind of funny, a lot of celebrities and stuff, that have gone who have been arrested, they have kind of some of them are funny, and this one is just wow. It's an interesting one, and don't get me wrong, like I love James Brown. I love me some James Brown. I'm a huge fan, but I didn't know this story, and maybe some of you don't know either. So that's why I wanted to share it because it has to do with public safety a little bit. And then I have 2 other stories that I was going to share a few weeks ago. One of them is another bathroom story. It's a pattern, right? And then another, the last one is getting kicked out of a bar in Florida. I could probably tell. Let me add this to my notes about a time I got kicked out of a golf course. It's pretty funny. There was no arrest or anything like that. I was actually with a bunch of officers that I know. And when that happened, I'm only going to tell one part of it though. We were there for a bachelor party, and I ended up doing something that was probably like the last straw, and they're like, "Nah, you guys got to go." So if I'm able to get to that one, I'll make sure to talk about it, to mention it there. Gary says, "How do you get kicked off a golf course?" Well, sir, I will tell you here in a moment because it's pretty funny. So let's start with kids and the stuff that they say, and a lot of times, you end up talking about stuff, right? and you notice when there's kids around, or like your cousins, or something like that. It could be your younger siblings, and you're talking about stuff, and then you think that might bite me in the ass later. That this person might say something in public. It's funny at home, right? And then after you say it, you're like, okay, eh, don't say that in public. and and sometimes it happens, and then you don't know what to do. So um, this first story, I have them backwards here. I want to say this one first because this one is pretty funny. Um, and the next one has to do with something that my son told me, and also law enforcement. So here we go. So this first one. Um, oh, we got a story that came in here already. Okay, so Shannon, your story, it ends at it's junk and then the letter P, and then it doesn't say anything else. So if you can copy and paste right after that part, and then I'll go ahead and read it all. Just skimming through it, I'm already like, so this is gonna be good. I'm excited. So let me tell the story really quick, and then once it goes in, I'll read the rest. Um, oh, I see it. It came in here twice. I I can read all of it, but it's when it gets to he apparently forgot that he had his junk right after that. That's where it cuts off. So from there, if you can copy and paste that part, because I have the rest of it. It just where it starts with he apparently forgot, like that part underneath it, it's not there. Um, so if you can copy and paste that part, please. So my son is 18 now, but at this time, I think he was 4, maybe 5, maybe 5. I think he was 5, and we had already watched, like, there's a lot of movies, right, that you show your kids, and sometimes you end up showing these movies to your kids, and you think, oh shit, well, they don't understand, so maybe they won't repeat it. So, for example, Willy Wonka, the original Willy Wonka, right? A lot of movies all the times, even if they're for kids, um, there are parts that are they have adult humor, right? They have adult jokes, um, because kids won't understand it. They don't understand what some of the stuff is, but of course, as adults, we're like, "Ha ha!" Like, "Oh, I see what they did there." So, if you think about Willy Wonka, the original one, there's a part in there when they're showing, like, different scenes of all these people who are looking to get uh, their um, their chocolate and stuff. They're trying to find the tickets. There's one where there's a guy who is talking to like these three gentlemen in suits, and this guy is like like a scientist or something, and he's typing something into the computer, and he's telling the guys, "This computer will tell us the exact location of every golden ticket." So he starts typing it in, right? And then it spits out a message, and it says, "I'm not going to tell you because that would be cheating." And the guy goes, okay. And he starts typing again, and he goes, "I'm now telling the computer that if he tells me where the ticket is, I will share the grand prize, a lifetime supply of chocolate with him." And then the computer says, "What would a computer want to do with a lifetime supply of chocolate?" And the dude he gets pissed off, right? And then he starts typing in like hard, like with authority. And he says, "I'm now telling the computer exactly what he can do with a lifetime supply of chocolate." Basically saying, you can stick it up your ass. And it's the funniest thing, right? But kids don't understand that. They would never get that. Adults do. And it's funny when, as an adult, when you haven't watched something in such a long time, and then you watch something like that, and you start busting up, and you start thinking, I never got that as a kid. Never. And it just makes it that much more funny, right? So I say all that because my kids from a young age, I had been showing them different movies that I watched as a kid, and then sometimes I realize, oh, I don't remember that part because I was watching it most likely on like TBS or TNT, and certain pieces are edited out, right? So then you go to watch it with your kids later on, you're like, so I had also watched, like the original trilogy and then some of the newer ones from Star Wars, okay, with Logan, and well, all my kids, but this is specifically for Logan, and we're leaving the grocery store, okay, we're leaving the grocery store, and there's an elderly woman who's walking towards us, and she's got a mask on, and she's got an oxygen tank that she's carrying in a little purse. And I'm sure you already know where I'm going with this, right? And if you do, excuse me, please put it in the comments. Um, but I looked down at him because I knew what I was thinking immediately. And I looked down at him and I can see like he's looking over and he's like got his squinty eyes going and he's looking at this little old lady and he goes, and I was like, nope, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Just hold on a minute. Because I knew exactly what he was going to say because I was thinking the same thing. And the lady passes by us. And as soon as she's out of the way and we're close to the car, I said, okay, buddy, go ahead and tell me what you were going to say. And he goes, didn't she sound like Darth Vader? Now, how many of you watching this have had something similar happen with your kids? Whether it be your kids, your younger siblings, or maybe your friend's kids or niece or nephew or anything like that. Have you ever had that happen? Like, luckily, I was able to stop him before he said it right in front of her because I knew it was coming. I knew it because I was thinking the same thing. She's walking by us and just and it sounds messed up that I'm laughing at that. I mean, she needs the oxygen, right? But she sounded like Darth Vader. And that's why I'm laughing because of how she sounded. And and my kid is just like you can see him already just thinking about it. And I thought, oh, all I need is for you to say that in front of the lady, and the lady be like, "What the hell?" Oh man, it was hilarious though. It was definitely funny. But those are those moments, right? When you're with your kids, and stuff like that happens, you're like, oh my god, what do I do? Luckily, again, he didn't say it while she was there, but it was hilarious. All right, I'm gonna go back up here and read this one story. So this one says, we had one this past week. An older gentleman called in and he was trying to explain what is going on. He told our call taker that there was a bar-like thing in the sack. What? Let me read that again. He told our call taker that there was a bar-like thing in the sack. This left our call taker completely perplexed. Yeah, just like me just now. She asked, like a grocery bag? He said, no, my scrotum. What? Oh, he said, no, my scrotum. Like a, it's a bar and it has a twisty thingy on the end. So we send the medics out and they transported him to the hospital. We listened to the EMS report on the radio. Turns out he apparently forgot that he had his junk pierced and it was infected. Oh, no. No. Dude. Ah. Are you for real? So he had a what's it called? A Prince Albert. Uh, oh, dude, that That sucks. Literally only in my little Ohio town. How do you forget? Seriously, how do you forget that you have a piercing in your wiener? Like, you gotta be able to feel that. I mean, and thinking about the fact that it was infected, dude, it just had to have been like a casserole of confusion down there. Hashtag casserole of confusion. Sam says, I can't even want to laugh and cry and puke at that story. Oh my word. I know, right? I was just thinking the same thing. Laugh my ass off. Meth is a hell of a drug. Dude, oh man. So did this person get it done while they were on meth? Like, did they actually go? I mean, think about it for a moment. Let's kind of break this down. What if the person didn't go to an actual shop, like a tattoo and piercing shop? What if he was methed out and was with a bunch of friends and they're like, dude, you know what? You know what'd be awesome? Let's pierce your wiener, dude. Prince Albert, for real. It'll be awesome. The chicks will love it. then and then and then the dude's probably like, no, you're right. You're right. Dude, let's do this. Like, you got a needle? Or like, you probably need to get some ice, right? We need some ice. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine it. And the reason I say that is because, and you can't, yeah, I mean, you can't see anything on me, but at one time, believe it or not, I had my tongue pierced. I had my, you can see kind of the hole a little bit on my ears. I had my ears pierced at one time, and I had them gauged. But yeah, I had my tongue pierced, and I had my labret done as well. And the tongue piercing, that was simple. That was easy because there's one spot on your tongue where there's like there's no feeling there. There's no nerves or whatever. There's nothing there. If you bite your tongue on the tip or the side or whatever, it hurts like hell. But there's like one spot on your tongue where it just feels like pressure. So that was super simple. But the labret, oh, dude, that was painful. When you go in, what they have you do for 2 minutes straight, you have to rinse your mouth, like swish and everything with like that goldish, brownish Listerine. And that shit is strong anyway. So swishing for that long, I remember swishing and looking down at my watch to look at the time because it was like burning. I was like, oh my God, like, come on, time, hurry up, hurry up. What, Sam? But did you ever forget your tongue was pierced though? No, there was no way to forget because I could feel it. I could feel it there, which is why I'm saying, how did this person not know? How? So once I was done swishing, like my mouth, it was completely numb. And then I go and I sit on this table, and the dude's like, "All right." They look like little tongs, is what it looks like, and everything is sterilized, clean, and all that other stuff. But he puts it on your lip and pulls out, and then twists, and then has like a little marker and puts a dot on either side of where it's going to go, right? So then opens up the package, and there's the needle, and I'm looking, and I thought, am I doing the right thing? And he puts the needle, like, because my lip is twisted, so he the needle goes through. But right before he goes through, he's like, "All right, take a deep breath, and when you exhale, that's when I'm going to push through." So I exhale and push, and I just remember going, "Oh!" And I thought he was done, and I was like, "Oh god, that hurt." And he goes, "Dude, I'm not even done." He goes, "You have a tough lip." He goes, "I gotta push harder." And and I was like, "Okay." And he again, deep breath and then exhale, and then he pushes through, and I swear to you, I heard like a and it goes through, and then you've got the little barbell, and this is probably bad for some of you, huh? I apologize. And but that oh my god, that hurt like hell. And I remember I was tears running down because that's how bad it hurt. And and I said to the guy, I was like, "Damn, dude," I was like, you made me cry." I was like, you made my eyes water and tear up and everything." And he goes, "Oh, dude," he goes, "that was nothing." He goes, "Try getting your septum done." I was like, "Hell no. No." He goes, "That one's way worse." I was like, "Yep, nope." So again, I had the labrae done, I had my tongue done, I had my ears gauged, and then I had an eyebrow piercing as well. And that one got yanked out. I'm pretty sure I told that story, but that one got yanked out, and that hurt like hell. But so I had these piercings in, right? And then a few months later, they hadn't healed yet. It takes a little while to heal. And actually, I think it was only a few weeks later. Actually, it was Mother's Day, and my mom wanted all of us kids to go to church with her. So I took all of the piercings out, and I ended up letting it go a couple days, and then they all the holes closed up. How stupid. I wasted all that money getting those piercings, and then they closed up, but, it ended up being fine. I got it out of my system, but, it makes for a funny story. Especially the one that got yanked out. You can't really see it in the camera, but I've got a scar there from, for the person yanking it out. And Sam says, "Nah, fam, I'm a pass. I would have died and came back as a ghost to haunt the dude who pierced me." Oh man, that is amazing right there. That is so good. Well, the one that got yanked out, I went to go get a haircut, is what happened. And I'm sure I've shared this story before, but for those who haven't heard it, I'll say it really quick. Um, I went to go get a haircut, okay? And at this time, my eldest son, Richie, was with me. And he was like 3 months old in a car seat. And I'm at the mall. And I go to get my haircut. And he's asleep, sitting in his sleeping in his car seat next to me as I'm getting my haircut. And I told the lady who was also, the manager and all, I said to her, I was like, "I just got this done recently, okay? So please be careful when you're combing my bangs forward, before she had to cut them and stuff." And she goes, "Oh, don't worry. I've got a lot of experience, cutting hair with folks who have piercings and such." And I said, "Okay, cool." And okay. So she's cutting my hair, and as she's combing forward, the comb got caught in my piercing, and she yanked, and it just oh god, I can feel the pain now. and, and she goes, "Oh my god, oh my god, I am so sorry. I am extremely sorry about that." And I said, it's okay. Just please don't do it again." I said, "That was really painful." I said, "Again, I just got this recently, and it's not healed. It's going to take a while for it to heal, and now even more so." So she starts combing again, and we're talking, yanks again. 2 times now she yanked on it. And I just, oh, I wanted to scream. But I just sat there and took it, and she goes, "That will not happen again. I'm sorry." And I said, "Okay." So she's talking, and she went to another side, and it was cutting and stuff, and then she went back to the bangs. And she did it for a third time. A third time. She combed forward, but this time when she combed forward and they got caught, all I heard was "click," and the thing was hanging, and I was bleeding. And I said, "I am not paying for this haircut. I am leaving because you did it a third time." And she got pissed, and she goes, "No, you're not leaving. If you leave, I will call the police. You are going to pay for this haircut." That wasn't even done. What would you have done? What would you have done? Shannon says, "Nope." Sam says, "We would have had to fight at that point." Right. But again, think about it. Okay, all this had happened, right? I said I wasn't going to pay, and I said I was leaving. She told me, "No, you're not leaving, and you are paying, or I'm going to call the police and security." Okay. Remember, my 3-month-old son is asleep next to me in his car seat. So I didn't want to do anything that would affect that because he was there. And his mom was, from where I was at, it was like 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes away. So I paid for the haircut. I did. I paid because I didn't want her to call the police. And Sam, you say call 911 first. You're right. You're right. I probably could have, or I probably should have. And Tim says, "Nope, I would have told her that I would press charges." See, I during that time, like this wasn't when I was in 911 or anything. All I had, I was actually managing a store in the mall. I only had retail management experience at the time. I wasn't working for public safety, so I wasn't. I didn't know. I didn't know, and sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And because I was concerned for my kid, like that's why I didn't. I just paid. But also, here's another part that's probably going to piss you guys off. Now, maybe not piss you off. Maybe more so be like, dude, for real. So my mom has cut hair since pretty much when I was born. So years. I'm 41. So let's say probably like 36, 37 years she's been cutting hair, okay? And she's always told me, make sure you tip the person who cuts your hair. So when I paid for the damn haircut, I also left a tip. Yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, I also left a tip. It was bad. I left and I drove home and it was just bleeding. I'm on my way home and I get to the house and my kid is in his he was just laying down and I'm in the bathroom and I am trying to take the barbell out. Now, if they're just two little circles on the end, and they're tiny, right? So it's hard enough to try to get a grip. So think about it. This thing has been pretty much ripped out. It's just hanging, and it's bleeding. So any movement, the pain is excruciating. Plus, I'm trying to get some sort of grip to take it out. It took me almost an hour to get that thing out finally. And my son's mom comes home from work and she goes, "What happened? What's going on?" And I told her what happened, and oh man, I remember she was livid. And she goes, "Hell no." She goes, "We're going back there now and getting money back." We did not go because I told her, I was like, don't go back. It already happened. We're not gonna go back. It's done. It's done for." Wait, hold on. Let me go back in the comments here. Give her name and business address. We're about to pay her some retroactive justice. Right? Oh, that's funny. The place doesn't exist anymore. It's the mall is way different now. It's like one of the outdoor ones, but that section where the place was, I think it was called Cost Cutters actually. It's not there anymore. And I don't know if there's any cost cutters left anywhere anyway. But yeah, that happened. It was pretty gnarly. Let's see. Doug here says, "Hope you at least had a coupon for the haircut at least." No, man, I didn't have anything. I paid that shit and a tip. Sam says, hashtag killed her with kindness. Hashtag let my piercings go. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's how that went down. Um, yeah, I've told my mom that story too, and she's like, "I wouldn't have given her a tip." I was like, "Well, you've always told me to make sure to tip," so I felt bad, and I went ahead and did it. Why did I feel bad though? Right? I was the one who got destroyed. But what are you gonna do? I stayed as nice as possible, left with my kid and my piercing just hanging. Oh man, it was horrible. Okay, so next story. So one of my favorite games, video games of all time, is Need for Speed. I don't know if any of you have ever played Need for Speed, but it's all racing. The cool thing about it though was that there was a game, I think it was like mid 90s, that came out. It was a Need for Speed title, and it was called Hot Pursuit. So what would happen is you're racing, and the police chase you, and you're trying to get away from the police as they're chasing you because you're trying to rack up, like ranking points, money, and there's like all these different missions. But there's also people that you're racing as well, the different characters in the video game. But while you're racing, and the officers are chasing you, like if you're depending on how fast you're going or certain things that you're doing, your wanted level goes up. So you could start out with like just a general cruiser that is chasing you. But if your wanted level gets higher, then it's like, faster cars up to I think like a Lamborghini or something. Um, that's an officer that's chasing you in their law enforcement Lamborghini, and you're in, a souped up vehicle too. So they're chasing you and they're throwing down stop sticks, and there's helicopters, like there's all kinds of craziness in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. And they ended up doing an updated version when like the GameCube came out, if you remember the GameCube. And Logan is like 3 or 4 during this time, okay? And he would sit and watch me play this game. And he would when I would pass by the officers, like it would slow down. It would go into slow motion. It would just go, and the camera would zoom in on the officer that's sitting there that just clocked you going like 125 miles per hour, and takes off after you. So you're like you're being chased, and you can see the lights going and stuff, and they come by you and they're trying to pit you and stuff. And Logan would say, "Go, Dad, go, 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 go," and I'm like, I'm trying, buddy." So this is a game, right? This is a game, just a video game. I would never do that in real life. So one time, okay, one time, I'm at a traffic light, and we're like in the middle of this long line, because there was at this specific traffic light, right on the other side, there was a train. And sometimes the train would go, when the train was going by, like the line was just backed up and backed up, and we were waiting for the train. And again, we're like in the middle of the line. And we're sitting there and I don't have the radio on or anything. We're just kind of chilling, just waiting, for the train to go by and the traffic to get a little better. And I hear sirens. Sirens are going off. So immediately, probably like all of you, when you're at a traffic stop, um, and you hear sirens and everything, you start looking around, right? You're looking around for it to see where it's at, so that if the traffic lightens up and you're moving forward, you're not moving forward where police, fire, EMS, or whatever is going by, or if they're coming in back, you wait and they go around or whichever. So that's what I was doing. The sirens are going off and I'm looking around. But I think to him, at his age of about 3 or 4, he's got this idea in his mind. Oh, we need to split, because in the video game, when the sirens are going off and everything, I'm driving, I'm hauling ass, right? So we're sitting there, and to him also, he probably thought that when I was looking around, that's what obviously I am looking for wherever the sirens are coming from, but to him, it probably looked like I was frantic looking to see where they were coming. And then he yells out, "Dad, go, 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 go." And I was like, "What? Why?" And he goes, "The police are coming." He's like, "The police are coming. The police are coming. They're going to get us." And I start laughing. And his mom looks at me and I was like, "Oh, no, you're right. I shouldn't be laughing at this right now." So we're still at a stop. Okay. We were there long enough that I had the car in park. And I turn around and I said, "Buddy, no, this is real life." I said, "That game, what we play in the GameCube, it is just a video game. If we do that in real life, we are going to go to jail." And he's like, "What?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "You don't do that in real life." And his mom, I just remember, was like, "He's not watching me play video games anymore." It was the most hilarious thing. Like, I wanted to laugh so hard, but this was a learning moment, okay? Whether you are a parent, an aunt or uncle with your niece or nephew, or anything like that, this is a learning moment. But in the inside, I was cracking up. Like, I was laughing so hard on the inside, because I never would have thought that Logan sitting there watching me play this, that he would think like, this must be the way it is in real life too. Oh, it was so funny, man. It was the most hilarious thing. But we ended up seeing it was an officer that passed by, and I don't know. It was just so freaking funny. And hold on, let's see. Jason says, "Dude, I love the Need for Speed games. Hot Pursuit was fun. Hell yeah, dude." The next game out after it allowed you to be the cops and chase the racers. Yes, that was really good. Yes, I had that one as well. At least I think it was after Hot Pursuit. That was a while ago. I'm pretty sure you're right, dude. Yeah. James says, "Dude, you're not streaming on Facebook. Just FYI, if you didn't know." Oh, I don't know. I have a lot of people here on Facebook who are responding. So if it's not, somebody tell me, please. But like Tim just responded, and it shows him on Facebook. So I don't know. But let's see. Tim says, "Ricardo, always the influencer." Yeah. Well, influencing, probably not the greatest thing, especially with this. I've talked to him about it now that he's older. Um, okay, James. Yeah, Facebook is weird like that. Sometimes it sends out the alerts and then sometimes it doesn't. The only alert that I actually ever get personally is from YouTube. like immediately it says that I'm live, but none of the other ones ever show up or anything. But yeah, I've talked to him about it now that he's older, and he's like, "What'd you want me to do?" Like, he's like, "I saw you doing it. You're my dad." Oh man, but yeah, it was probably one of the funniest things. But that happens with kids, right? That happens, and also when they start getting older, right? When they start getting older and they start realizing certain things that they didn't get before, that that is even more funny because um it just slipped my mind. I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. So a couple of movies, like I remember laughing at one part, and he's laughing too. And then I said, "Hey," and he turns around and looks at me, and I was like, "Why are you laughing?" And he goes, "Why were you laughing?" And we just looked at each other and then didn't say anything else because I knew he got the joke the way I got the joke, but I was like, "Oh no, it's already starting. Like he's starting to learn more." And and my older daughter, um, some of the stuff she's starting to understand as well, and I'm like, "Oh no." But it's so funny though, man. It's funny to see them start to pick up on things and realize things, but also the same way, Logan, he's 18, and us watching certain things and him being like, I never realized that before. But also, here's another one. So, how old was he? I don't know. He was like 6, maybe 5 or 6, but he was reading already. He could read stuff, and his mom asked him to get the bottle of Tylenol because she had a headache or something, and she wanted. She's like, bring me the Tylenol. I'm going to take a Tylenol. I'm going to take a pain reliever pill or whatever. She said, and he comes back with one pill and gives it to her, and she's like, "How did you open that bottle? They're supposed to be childproof." and he ends up responding with, "Well, mom, it's only childproof because kids can't read. I can read." And I started laughing so hard because I was like, "You're right. That is why it's childproof, because kids can't read how to do it." And him being able to read, he read the bottle and popped the top off. Oh, it was pretty funny because you don't think about things like that. You don't think about how it's childproof. However, I've had some friends who are trying to open something and they're like, "Man, it must be me proof too because I can't even open it." I was like, "Dude, read the damn bottle. It says right there." But again, you don't always think about that, right? You don't think about the fact that when your kids start being able to read, stuff's not childproof anymore. Oh man, it's hilarious because the stuff like that catches you off guard, but also, stuff um, that you used growing up that maybe your kids have never used. So one quick story before I go to this other one over here about the golf course. Um, we were getting ready to eat dinner, right? Logan, again, was like 5 or something, and he goes to go wash his hands because we were getting ready to, to eat dinner. He was playing outside, and we're like, go wash, excuse me, go wash your hands." He's like, "All right," and he comes back with the bar of soap that we had there, but he was gone for a little bit, and I thought, "What is he doing? Why is he taking so long?" And then he comes out of the bathroom and he goes, you guys, and we're like, yeah, what's wrong? I how do I use this? What? Like, what are you talking about? And he he holds up the bar of soap. Apparently, his entire life, we had pump soap in the bathroom. We never had just a bar of soap. We always had pump, and we ran out, so we had put the bar of soap there, and he comes out, and he's got the bar of soap in his hand, and he holds it up, and he goes, "This, it's soap, right? How how do I use it?" And we're just laughing, and poor kid, man, because he's like, "Why why are you guys laughing? Like, I don't know how to use this." So I went into the bathroom with him, and I showed him how to use it, and he's like, "Oh, that makes sense." Oh, man, it was hilarious. It's just like, you see those videos where they've got folks who are showing these younger kids, like, a rotary dial phone. They're like, "I don't know how to use this. Like, how do you use this?" It was just like that, man. Like, Logan had no idea how to use a bar of soap, and it was so funny, but it was like, "Buddy, we're not laughing at you, we're laughing at the situation because we never thought that this would be something, you know?" Sam says, "Bar soap is the new analog clock dying." You're right. Yes, exactly. He didn't know how to do it, and so I go and show him, but he's just like, "Yeah. No, 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 that makes sense. No, that okay, I get it now." Oh my god. It was so freaking funny, man. It was so good. I'm sure a lot of you have had, you know, situations like that where, stuff like that has happened. It's older stuff. But, what's also funny is, like, kids, they don't always have, like, that, like, a sense of time and space, right? So, I don't remember what it was that we were talking about, but my one of my daughters goes, "Oh, yeah, dad, that's like back in olden times, right? When when the TV was in black and white and there was only a few channels." And I said, "How old do you think I am?" And they're like, "Well, isn't that isn't that during your time? Isn't your time when TV was in black and white?" And I said, "Look, yes, I did have a TV that had 2 knobs for UHF and VHF. However, TV was in color." And then I have to explain the other stuff, but I'm like, "Man, I'm not that old, shit." Oh, jeez. Okay, so we've got just a few minutes left. It has been a lot of fun being here with all of you, as always, for Open Mic Live. But I did mention at the beginning of this that there was a story about getting kicked out of a golf course. Yep. There was a lot of stuff that happened, but I'm only gonna mention one thing because it's the one thing that has to do with me, okay? So, myself and, the team that I worked with, all the guys out, on the road, the officers that I worked with, we went to a golf course. It was a golf course that was in our county, and we went out there for a bachelor party of one of the guys. And we all had separate teams, right? And, um I think there was only 2 people out of all of us, our entire group, who had ever golfed. We're all noobs. We had never golfed before. So we were doing a scramble and a best ball is what we were going off of so that we could kind of try to hurry because there's a bunch of other stuff that we were going to be doing. But also there's a lot of people that are there. They're, golfing too. So we had a bunch of people behind us and that was kind of pissing them off because we were taking forever. But again, we were like 4 or 5 person teams, but we had never golfed before, so we were trying to play. But these people who were in back of us, they had played for a long time. Anyway, we were pissing people off because we were taking long. So that was one thing. And when we get to the end, okay, when we get to the end, it's the last hole. We've been playing 18. So we're on the 18th hole. And it's my turn. And I'm doing practice swings, right? And I was doing okay. I was doing okay throughout the entire day. Also, we had been there all freaking day and it was super hot. So I'm like toasty, like completely like burnt. Because all of us dudes are dumbasses. We a lot of times learn the hard way, right? Not one person put any sunscreen on. So we were toasted. And I'm doing my practice swings and everything, and I'm like, all right, this is going to be the best one yet. So I go to swing, and when I go to swing, okay, let me see, hold on, like right there, I end up hitting the ball right on the edge, and it veers off hard and fast to the right, where there's people who are taking their hits on the other side of us. And as soon as I hit it, like I felt it that it was going off to the right. And yes, it did. It veered off to the right super fast. So I yell, far, far, and then look out. Dude, I hit somebody. There was a girl and her boyfriend who were not far from us. They had just swung. I don't even remember what hole they were on, but they were just to the side of us. And I turned with just enough time to see she got hit right here. The ball hit and it was a loud. And I remember seeing her head fly back. And when her head came back forward, she yelled, "You have got to be effing kidding me." And she looked towards me and I went, "Sorry." Like, I didn't know what else to do. I just kept saying sorry. And she's just swearing up a storm. And I felt bad. Like that shit had to hurt, dude. Like for it to sound as loud as it was. And right here, just right along this side is where she got clocked. She looked at her, and I don't know if it was her boyfriend or husband or whatever, but there was a dude with her, and she looks at him and she goes, "Are you going to do anything about it?" And he turns and looks at me and the rest of the guys that were with us, and I threw my hands up, not like what you got, but like I don't know, like I'm sorry, man. And he just goes, "No, I'm good." And then she's like yelling and swearing at him as they're walking away. Okay, so we finish up because we're the last team. We finish up and we go and put all of our stuff away and we're going to our cars. And the guy whose bachelor party we were there for, he walks up to me and he goes, "Thanks a lot, Ricardo." And I said, "What, dude?" He goes, "We all just got kicked out. We're not allowed to come back." So what happened was the girl that ended up getting hit, she knew, she was friends with the people who owned the golf course. So she called up to the clubhouse and told them what happened, and we got kicked out. But I was like, it was an accident. Like, it's not like I meant to hit anyone. And I even yelled, "Watch out." And so it was Was it Tim or Gary? One of you guys who said, "How do you get kicked out of a golf course?" That is what happened right there, dude. That's how it happened. It was an accident, but she was pissed, and she knew the people, so people were like, "Get out." It was not good. I felt so bad, man. I just kept saying sorry and sorry, but obviously it didn't help. This other stupid thing though was that one of my buddies there was like, "Dude," because I was wearing a hat and he had a stash, and he's like, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back. You and I are gonna come back." And I said, "Dude, we just got kicked out. We can't come back. They know what we look like." And he goes, "No. What's gonna happen is you grow a mustache and I'll wear a hat." And he's like, "They'll never know it's us." I was like, "Dude, you're so stupid." Let's see, James says, "Took a golf ball to the side of my head in 92 in high school." Oh, senior soccer player teammate practicing his golf swing before practice. Oh, dude. Oh my God. Yasmin says she had to complain because her boyfriend didn't do anything. No, I'm good. Yes, that is exactly what happened, man. Oh, it was so bad. But that is how you get kicked out of a golf course. Never went back to the golf course, and I've actually have never played golf since. I've done putt-putt golf. I've gone to, like, an equivalent of Top Golf, but never 18 holes. Oh, man. I tell you what, man, shit happens. What are you gonna do? Oh, it's crazy. Well, we are over the hour, and I want to thank all of you for being here for Open Mic Live. This was a lot of fun, as always. I hope that your numbers have gone up. I am well above a 10 now, so hopefully your numbers have gone up as well. Very good stuff. Again, even if you didn't share a story, just being here in support of each other, because this is what Open Mic is all about, sharing the lighter side of dispatch, or even some funny personal stories like I have been doing lately, because it's a lot of fun. We mix in the 911 stories and personal stories, and it just is a good time. So thank you all so very much, and for the job that you do. Tim says, "Can't wait to see you this week." You too, brother. Very, very awesome. It's going to be a good time here at the National Lena Conference. Again, I'm at booth 123. I've got hats, got bracelets to sell, but then also the wooden challenge coins that have Sons of Dispatch and Daughters of Dispatch. So make sure to get them while you can, because they're going to go fast. I'm going to have 25 of each on the table to give out on Monday, and then 25 each for Tuesday as well. So make sure to get out there. And then we've got the sessions going on. James says, "How about helmets?" Not yet. I don't have any helmets, but Mike Aurora does a lot of special projects and stuff. So if you're looking for a helmet, he can probably hook you up, man. Get a hold of Aurora Design. That dude is amazing. Let's see, James, you also said, "I heard ringing in my ear for a week, never sought treatment. Friends say it changed my personality forever." Dude, you were hearing ringing for that long? Holy cow. See, Rebecca says, "Thanks for helping me get through this double shift, my 7th in 11 days. Damn. Well, stay safe. Thank you for everything you do, and all of you for watching, supporting, sharing, all of it, but also for the job that you do, because not a lot of people can do it. So thank you so very much. This broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital, as well as Rapid Deploy and Carbine. Shout out to patrons as always. Thank you. If you have any comments, questions, or you want to be a guest on the show, the flagship show, you can email us, and that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you have any funny 911 stories or audio or anything like that, I will take out the stuff that needs to be taken out for the audio. You can send them there to the email as well. Or if you have any, other funny stories or topics or anything, shoot me an email, wttpodcast@gmail.com. Also, if you want to become a patron for bonus content and everything, you can check us out. And that's patreon.com/WTTpodcast. This can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. And then you can listen 24/7 for the flagship show on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. And if you're here at the conference, I hope to see you there. I'm also going to be doing live broadcasts and recording episodes with attendees. So it is going to be a good week. Have an excellent one. I'll see you in the next one.